Two beings held me by the elbows, guiding me upward. Their presence was better than the comfort of a mother to her child. They wore black gowns and veils that reflected my own image, as if they were mirrors. They communicated with me through feelings and music, a communication beyond words. It was immediate and total. They reassured me, embraced me with their presence, and brought me into a realm I can only describe as unearthly. Welcome to Let's Lift the Veil. A man declared clinically dead for 23 minutes, crossed through darkness, encountered overwhelming love, and discovered what lies beyond the veil. His extraordinary testimony will take you deep into one of the most powerful near-death experience stories ever shared. Stay until the end of the video to hear how his life was transformed, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss future testimonies. I remember June 23, 1995, as the day everything changed in my life. It began with an overwhelming pain and the dreadful realization that I was having a heart attack. For 3 days, I had been feeling worse and worse, and when I finally collapsed on the floor, I knew deep inside that I was dying. My body was shutting down, and I was completely helpless. By the time I reached the hospital, my blood pressure had dropped dangerously low, 40/20, and my heart rate was racing uncontrollably. They later told me that my heart had stopped for 23 minutes. From my perspective, I was terrified beyond anything I had ever known. At first, I felt the black veil of death closing in. It was exactly as the phrase suggests, a heavy darkness covering everything, swallowing me whole. My transition was painless. I no longer felt the weight of my body, but the fear was immense. I found myself in total darkness, an endless void, and panic consumed me. The atmosphere was not just dark, it was alive. I could sense slithering, crawling presences all around me, evil, menacing, searching for me. My thoughts raced. They are looking for me. Every sound, every vibration in that abyss heightened my terror. I searched desperately for the light that people speak of, hoping to find even a glimmer of safety. Then I felt it, a powerful aggression radiating nearby. Afraid to expose myself, I withdrew into the shadows, staying still and silent. In my despair, I whispered the only words that came to me: "God help me." Instantly, everything shifted. The menacing presences scattered, and I felt something approaching, something utterly different. It was love. Not the human love we know, but a love so vast, so overwhelming, it was beyond description. It was pure, perfect love and trust, an ecstasy that filled every part of my being. The closer it came, the stronger it grew, until it completely engulfed me. I was lifted gently, as though by unseen hands, and carried out of the darkness. Two beings held me by the elbows, guiding me upward. Their presence was better than the comfort of a mother to her child. They wore black gowns and veils that reflected my own image, as if they were mirrors. They communicated with me through feelings and music, a communication beyond words. It was immediate and total. They reassured me, embraced me with their presence, and brought me into a realm I can only describe as unearthly. At one point, one of them opened what appeared to be a vast suede sack, soft and enveloping, and we entered it together. Inside, they poured immense knowledge into me. I understood that I had been given my own world, one where I could create and shape anything I wished. There were no limits, except that once something was removed, it could never return. They asked me to envision a place where I felt safe, and instantly, that place manifested before my eyes. They corrected imperfections with effortless fluidity and then left me to explore. For a time, I relaxed in what I called my pod, a place of safety and creation. But then they told me it was time to return. I protested. I didn't want to go back, but I had no choice. Firmly but gently, they guided me back. I was shown glimpses of realities beyond description and places for which there are no words. Then, like being pushed through a veil, I was forced back into my body, feet first through the top of my head. I opened my eyes in pain. Doctors and nurses were around me, asking if I knew where I was. My chest was swollen and bruised, my body battered, but I was alive. The doctor told me that I may have some broken ribs and a dislocated shoulder, among other things, and that I was on a balloon pump and it looked like I was going to recover some of my memories and functions damaged by oxygen deprivation. I looked down at my chest, and it was discolored and swollen to resemble a football under the skin on the right side of my chest. I was uncomfortable, to say the least. There was another moment when I tried to move my right arm and heard this awful loud scream. I found myself slipping again back behind the veil. Love and truth were there, and they asked why I was back so soon. They placed a strange chrome-like device on my chest, emitting a colorful tone. My chest went down, and that healed me. They asked if there was anything else I would like, other than returning to my pod, as I like to call it. I said no. They reassured me that my pod would be waiting for me when my time truly came, and then, once again, I was thrust back into my body. My life, behind the veil. Since that day, my life has never been the same. Before my experience, I followed a moderate Wiccan path, but after what I lived through, I became more open to Christianity, identifying as both a Baptist and a Wiccan. My faith is no longer about doctrines. It is about the certainty that life continues, that love is the true foundation of existence. Spiritually, I carry with me the memory of that immense love. It is a love that cannot be put into words, yet it shapes every interaction I have with others. The fear of death that once haunted me is gone, replaced by a profound peace. I know where I am going when my time here ends. I sometimes tried to share my experience, but people rarely listened. They treated it as if it were just a story open for debate, as though I were giving a book report. Eventually, I stopped talking about it, and in silence, the memory has dimmed with time. Yet deep inside I know it was real. The most significant change is in how I view life itself. Every moment, every relationship, carries more weight now. I sense that we are all connected to that love, whether we realize it or not. And while others may doubt me, I live with the certainty that what awaits us beyond the veil is not darkness or fear, but an unimaginable continuation of life in its purest form. Thank you for listening to this near-death experience. This powerful testimony reminds us that life does not end with death, but continues beyond the veil in a dimension of love and truth. If this story resonated with you, leave a comment, share this video with others, and subscribe if you haven't already to discover more life-changing near-death experience stories. Please take care of yourself and your loved ones. See you soon.